What's up, YouTube world? Geechee Boxing back at y'all with another video. Damn. Tank Davis versus Cruz. Your boy Tank did his thing, y'all. He did his thing. He went the distance with Cruz, and I think I'd be a hater if I said Cruz didn't do his thing as well. So I'm gonna definitely give Cruz his props. Fought a hell of a fight, hell of a fight. And yeah, man, that was something else. Tank, hurting himself in the middle rounds. I think it was the sixth round. He hurt his hand, and if you pay attention, you can kind of see that he was throwing that right. You know what I mean? He was throwing it more than usual, um, and he hung in there. He did his thing regardless of his injury. Kept going. Showed why his name is Tank Davis. He's a warrior. Um, so let's get into after the fight all the hoopla and the riff-raff and the drama. You know what I mean? Let's get right into it because I'm thinking, me personally, I want to see that rematch. I want to see that rematch. Um, I'm not understanding why we're not talking about a rematch because let's go back to Mayweather and Maidana. He ran it back to let the people know that he Mayweather. So, in my opinion, I think Tank should run it back just for the simple fact that he hurt his hand and he didn't go out in Tank Davis fashion. We're used to seeing knockouts and stuff like that, and you got people out there, a lot of media outlets, boxers talking their shit. I seen Ryan Garcia and Oscar De La Hoya talking shit. So I think he should run it back, um, and give Cruz that 100% Tank. And I mean, again, shout out to Cruz. Cruz fought a hell of a fight. So I mean, to give him more time and give Tank some more time to heal and stuff like that, I think it would be a good fight. Um, I also saw I was looking at Cruz's training camp and saw how he was doing little jaw exercises to make his jaw a little stronger. In case Tank came at him with one of those Tank classics, but I mean, hell of a fighter. Hell, that preparation was crazy for the Tank fight. So, I think he deserves, uh, a second fight. But politics are politics. Um, hey, back to that. I'm gonna go ahead and say I think it'd be dope if they did the next one at Cowboy Stadium. You get what I'm saying? So, I mean, we'll see. We'll see. Kind of touching back on Ryan Garcia and Oscar De La Hoya. Stupid. Nobody paying attention to them. Um, Shout out Ryan. He's a hell of a fighter, but it's like, come on, bro. You can't be talking right now. Do your thing. Focus on what you need to focus on. Get your ass back in the gym, and get right. You know what I mean? The casual fans and the boxing fans want to see you get out there, man. We ain't seen nothing since Campbell. So why him and Oscar over there politicking and talking crazy? We all know why. But Tank is the big fish right now. Devin's the big fish right now. The tables have turned. I mean, a year ago, we was all kind of seeing, who's gonna rise up faster out of all the out of what Devin Haney, Shakur, Tank, and Tiafimo and Ryan. And right now, it's looking like we got Shakur, Devin Haney, and Tank all doing their thing. And I mean, shout out to Shakur too. Shout out to Shakur. Don't want to leave him out, but definitely it's looking like Tank and Devin are next up. And so I'm curious to see what we're gonna get, what kind of news we're gonna get within the next coming weeks, months. And with Tank's injury, it is looking like Devin Haney is definitely about to get that Cambosos fight. We know Eddie Hearn ain't playing. Kind of touching on that, we kind of saw in the press after the fight. What was it? Can't think of the outlet right now, but Leonard Ellerby did an interview where he was kind of responding to his thoughts on Eddie Hearn and some of the things Eddie Hearn has said. And so he wasn't too happy. You know what I mean? I'm not going. I'm not going. I'm gonna just repeat it. He allegedly said he was smack the shit. Allegedly said that he would smack the shit out of Eddie Hearn. So I know that's gonna give Eddie Hearn some motivation to definitely make that fight for Devin. Make sure Devin gets that fight over Tank. And I don't want to leave Devin out because Devin is his own entity, but Eddie Hearn is definitely the one that's going to make that happen if it does happen. Devin's done what he needs to do as a fighter, even though he is his own entity. He break bread with Eddie Hearn for a reason. So Eddie Hearn's going to definitely make that happen, in my opinion. So we're going to see a Devin Haney going over to Australia. I mean, for the Tank fight, politics too strong, man, because you got Kambosos on top of the world right now, and Tank is an A-side fighter, so I don't really see Kambosos choosing uh Tank over Devin Haney. Um, if anything, I feel like Kambosos had some choice words after Tank's fight. Y'all can go look it up. I'm not gonna quote it exactly, but I would just say that he showed and said that he felt he was disappointed in the fight with Tank and Cruz. But at the end of the day, in my opinion, man, I've been watching boxing for a minute. I know there's a lot of guys that I deal with, talk to and coach me, um, guys that have put me in the game. And when it comes to boxing reporting, man, we know what what what's the difference between talk and action. Like, we know certain fighters say certain things to get a reaction or to duck a fighter. So I feel like Camboso's comments was, he knows, no matter what, um, Devin will, styles make fights. You know what I'm saying? And him and Devin would be more up his alley because Tank is just going to go for the knockout and, clobber him, cut off the ring. So I feel like Devin would be an easier fight for Cambosos no matter what Cruz and Tank, had going on a couple days ago. But at the end of the day, with that being said, how Cruz wouldn't put Cambosos in the bind, packing that pressure? Did we not watch that Teofimo fight and notice that in that first round, Teofimo was packing that pressure? You know what I mean? That's why he let his guard down, where Cambosos was able to slip in a little punch and put him on his ass. But when Teofimo was putting the pressure on Cambosos, you know what I mean? He was kind of tucking his tail a little bit. So, Tank will put that pressure on him. Cruz will put that pressure on Cambosos. So, you know what I mean? Styles make fights. Shout out to Tank, though. Definitely. Um, Very happy with the results of the fight. Um, Regardless of if I came to see a knockout or not. Definitely happy. Tank got the win. Tank deserved the win. Tank is a warrior. Shout out to his staff, his training staff, his team. Calvin said, he told him get back in there and do your thing, and he did. So, we can't be mad at that. So, shout out to Tank. Shout out to Cruz. Geechee.